This is just a little short follow-up to our seed saving video we did there recently. Kind of just wanted to show you the haul, but also a little bit of the haul of seeds we actually got from our pink tung eggplants, our yellow crookneck squash, and our sweet basil. So this is some of the pink tung eggplant seeds, and we were really surprised at how many seeds we got out of that one eggplant. This is kind of an experiment within an experiment. We kept these separate because when we did when we put them in the water, we had a percentage of them that sank and a percentage that floated, and we wanted to see if these ones that sank germinated better. There really doesn't appear, after drying them, there doesn't appear to be any difference whatsoever, so it could have just been little bits of pulp or whatever that caused them to float. But we're going to try and see. We're going to do that as part of our germination test / start for these seeds. So what we basically did was we put them on the paper towel to dry, and something that we find kind of useful for this and getting the seeds off, if you don't want to store them on the paper towel, which you can do, is to just use a big bowl, and sometimes you can brush a few off. You see they come off like that. But then you can take your paper towel, kind of ruck it up a bit. These are small, so you're not really hurting them. And this should loosen a bunch. Okay, it didn't loosen as many, but it did loosen a few of them. But anyways, this is...
Edit!
The bowl is very helpful because you can just kind of scrape or get them off the paper towel, and you don't have to worry about them going all over the place, because as you can see, they're pretty small. So this is the sweet basil seeds that we got, and it doesn't look like a lot, but basil seeds are so tiny.
It felt like a lot when I was getting them off the...
it looks by volume to be the smallest harvest, but that'll still produce a lot of basil plants, which is pretty awesome. We just used the label off the seed packet because we still had the old seed packet. So anyways, that was that little one. So that's our smallest. So next is our haul of pink tung eggplant seeds. So this bowl is all the seeds that sank when we put them in the water. So we're going to keep them separate, kind of do that experiment within an experiment, but see how these germinate as opposed to the ones that floated or we sort of picked out. And here's the rest. So as you can see, from one eggplant we got a lot of seeds, and these will of course breed through because we only had the one kind of eggplant. Now an interesting piece of information, or a little piece of information, is for eggplants it is completely fine, similar to tomatoes, to use seeds from one plant, or in this case like one fruit, but it is recommended if you're for longer term stability of your variety population, to sort of keep 5 to 20 individuals, and if you're really trying to sort of be the sole genetic preservation of a variety, they recommend saving from 50 different individuals, just so that you get sort of diversity. Now, as we say, we got a lot of seeds here, and we weren't 100% sure how many seeds we were going to get because we'd put the one eggplant aside. So we actually purchased another seed pack from a different source of the pink tung eggplants, and our plan is to basically germinate some of those as well, get them started, and sort of intermix them with what we saved, because sort of it's just a little trick you can do to increase diversity within your breed. It's not different than buying a new rooster to diversify your own flock genetics. But is that absolutely necessary when it comes to eggplant? Probably not, because I think most of the plants in the Solanaceae, the nightshade or tomato family, don't really suffer from inbreeding depression too much, but just some little food for thought. Last on our little seed haul is our yellow crookneck squash. But as you can see, this is a lot of seeds from these. So this batch here is the driest. These are the ones that in the last video we had already taken out and already had drying. We're gonna just kind of keep adding to this, and then we'll store everything. This batch was interesting because this was the squash that was the most dried out, or had gone very gourd-like, and it was essentially hollow inside. But what was kind of interesting about it, and I just took these out a little while ago because we didn't get around to this right away, but another one of those
Hickorycroft fashion.
typical Hickorycroft farm fashion. And one of the great things about these type of vegetables that you can be a little lazy on. But anyways, what was interesting about this was the seeds are already partially dried out, and like we say, it had gone very much like a gourd, but the seeds look quite good. They're nice and big and thick, so we may keep that batch aside and just see how it does compared to the others. And then of course these two are still drying, so needless to say, with a little bit of planning, we have more yellow crookneck seeds than we
could probably use in a lifetime.
Well,
They won't keep for a lifetime.
they won't keep for a lifetime, but they'll keep for a very long time if we wanted to do that. But what we will probably do is just continue to breed them year after year after year and end up with billions and billions of seeds. But anyways, we just want to
monopoly on crookneck squash seeds. We had mentioned that we had still our dill weed, both our dill plants were still hanging up, drying out from our fall harvest. And so I decided after making our video that maybe we should get busy and get them off there. I had actually saved these to do the dill weed leaf, I guess, as well, for saving some of that for doing dressings and stuff. And then the dill seed, obviously for starting new plants this year, but also for making some pickles and things over the winter. It has escalated to the point that I saved a lot, and you'll see from my pot here, I have more. This is our second one. I have more dill seeds than I could possibly know what to do with now, and we're almost into the growing season again and making pickles from fresh dill. So, but we're still gonna take it. We're gonna take it off here, and I'm sure there's some sort of use for this since we went to the effort to save it. But it's amazing how much dill is coming off of these plants, and we only saved, we had 2 bundles that were probably 6 stalks.
Yeah, well, we did save, there's double that from the seed because we already took some.
Yeah, we already
We've already used it for pickles, and we've already...
Exactly, so this is just extra over and above. So
and we just had it hanging from the roof in our kitchen.
But as we were taking the seeds out, I thought, you know what, this should make the video as well, because it's kind of interesting that here we are in January or early February, and we're taking off the dill and thinking about our plans for this season. It's really simple. It's just these are so dry, if I touch them, it all kind of goes everywhere, but there's a good clump there, and I just kind of squish it and they fall out. So,
and the nice part of it is it's so prolific. If some of it ends up on the floor, it
doesn't really matter.
Because you've got lots, because it does end up on the floor.
But boy, it's like doing the basil. It smells dilly in here. We always grow way more dill than we could ever use.
Yeah. I think we do that with everything.
That's our style.